Well, got nothing better to do. Let's talk about STD. This was the episode called, what was it? A Perpetual Infinity. Well, it's not as bad as Logic Extremist. But anyway, in our last episode, we discovered that the Red Angel was unmasked to be Michael Burnham's mother. That's right. And we learned also that she had been working, or maybe even a full agent, I can't remember which, for Section 31. And that Leland had been the one who ordered them to work on this project that was discovered by the Klingons, and, well, everything went to crap, and Michael was orphaned and ended up living with Sarek and Spock and all that. So, Leland, of course, has been taken over by Control, the AI entity that wants to become AI. It's not there yet, even though it perfectly understands emotions, and because it describes Leland and why he's the perfect candidate for it to take him over. Yeah, well. Yeah, well, we didn't think that through, did we? No, we didn't. But anyway, Red Angel is an attempt to try to explain all the crap and mess that this show has been as far as continuity goes. Which, if you wanted to avoid that, then you shouldn't have introduced it as being in continuity. It's its own thing, it's a reboot, or it's in the distant future, which would have been the best option. That would have left a lot of stuff wide open, and who's to say? No one really could. So, yeah. But anyway, she does this. She's in a battle with Control because ultimately it's going to wipe out all sentient life in the galaxy. And that's what she's been doing all this time. Initially, she got into the suit to escape the attack by the Klingons and to attempt to travel back and prevent it from happening. But instead, she's at a different point in space, and one thing leads to another. So everything's all screwed up, and she keeps trying to fix it, but time has a mind of its own, apparently. So, most of the show is pretty lackluster again. It's obvious the money's running out, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be bad, but they just don't know what to do. And so there's a lot of scenes here of Michael Burnham overacting with her, just emotionally unstable, is that you have to conclude. Last time I criticized Tilly for being just stupid, and then I could understand Michael Burnham being looked at as command potential, but no, she's too whacked out. I mean, Tilly's no good for it either, but that's just because she's stupid. But Burnham is on the verge of being psychotic in a lot of ways. And she never shows herself as someone who's been trained at anything. She has no military discipline, even though that's what Starfleet is. It's a science thing. No, they got rank and all that. She would have been booted out for insubordination a long time ago, even before the whole Klingon war and everything. So it's just really over the top and bad. Now, in this episode, it's somewhat understanding, and that she's confronting her mother, who she thought was dead, and now, surprise, she isn't, and all this stuff comes out. So there's some amount of understanding as opposed to some others, but still, by the time you get to this, it's like, jeez. The mother seems very cold towards her, but she's been doing this battle through time and all that, and it gets to the point where it's almost like the old parable or a poem about I only see one set of footprints in the sand. Jesus, why weren't you with me in those times when it was really bad? Because in those times I was carrying you. Yeah, so here we have where the mother says she got to watch Michael Burnham grow up, and reading Alice in Wonderland and all that stuff, and I was there, and then making sure she survived, being killed by the animal in Vulcan and all that stuff, and that's all well and good and everything. So then you understand she's not as cold as you thought. Then there's the stupid thing about Philippa Georgiou, who feels motherly feelings towards Mike. No, that was the other Georgiou, who's dead now. this Georgiou is a cold-hearted Nazi who committed mass genocide in her universe. No. There's no way that good. But you painted yourself in a corner, and how are you going to get out of Control Leland wiping out everybody? So they had to have Georgiou do her martial arts on him and all that stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, it's just a means by which explaining the Red Angel, and then poof, she's zapped back into the, the time vortex or whatever. And they're saying, oh no, she'll be lost in there with no suit, but the suit goes with her. So, and she's a genius, so I'm sure she'll fix it, because Leland shot the suit and damaged it, but she'll figure it out. The whole thing is preposterous and stupid. The whole business, which it was like, especially the last episode about the time travel, and it needed a certain crystal and all that. Well, again, go get Harry Mudd. He found a time machine. How do you forget that? So, and then, of course, more of the deterioration of Spock. We learned, of course, that he is dyslexic, but his being dyslexic is what made it possible for him to be able to communicate with the Red Angel. That's right. And they added in that says, well, he's a unique being in that he's half human, half Vulcan. So that made it possible. But they had to slap in that he's dyslexic. So rewrite his character some more. Yeah, completely, utterly unnecessary. And then once again, with the infantilizing of everybody on the show, we had a moment where we had Spock. I like science. It's just as bad as when Tilly, come on, guys, this is math. Yeah. And they all clap and cheer. Yay. We're all going to go get our milk and Kool-Aid and right before nap time. I mean, God, who are these people? What's wrong with them? But it still remains a car crash that's fascinating to look at, I guess, but not worth the price of admission. So the best you can say is they made an effort to realize the crap continuity was a problem they had to address. So it's an alternate timeline. It's not the original one, and that's that. And there you go. I don't know what timeline this was originally, because when they show they go back to the scenes with young Burnham at home with her parents and all that, and then the Klingons are coming, and so her dad runs to this closet and grabs a phaser, and still they got that wrong. Those phasers came later. They didn't look like that. But at this point, they probably don't have the money to develop different phasers. So they just got to go with the props they got. Yeah, it's a stickler thing. That's not that important, but it's just it gets emphasized now because of the lies and everything. So anyway, once again, no stars. There just wasn't anything here. No, I got nothing. So anyway, we'll see what happens next time, huh? So there you go. STD, Perpetual Infinity. Oh my God, let's hope not, because it's infinity. It's infinite infinity. For how long this series will last, huh? Yeah. Poor Star Trek died and went to hell. That's what happened. All right, thank you for watching and listening. Please like and subscribe. And for those of you who did subscribe, thank you very much. Look, if you're skipping this show, I'm watching it for you. So while you're here, check out that link description below. That'll take you to my many stores with t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, posters, all that good stuff. And then my Poor Man Mystery Science Theater treatment of old horror and sci-fi movies at sellfy.com/Nailsin. Oh, each purchase goes a long way to helping out your old pal, Mr. Nailsin, and helping me deal with the wounds I've suffered watching crap like STD. Again, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.